of drama where the trolls love to creep. Left a snake girl named Slithers, always losing sleep. She thinks she's the queen, but what she doesn't see is she's just a toxic mess crawling on her knees. Slithers, slithers, slither through the night. She thinks she's a diva, but she's never right. Her baby piranha snapped and bite, but everyone knows she's full of spite. Oh, she slithers in with that fake ass grin, but her charm wears thin and the bullshit begins with a hiss and a snap. She's ready to scrap, but she's just a snake always caught in a trap. Slither, slither, everybody dance. Slithers thinks she's got a chance, but she's just a joke. Can't you see? Her kingdom's nothing but a fantasy. Oh, 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 Slithers go. Oh, 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 Slithers no. She's slithering, she's hiding, but she's all alone in a jungle that laughs where her cover's been blown. Oh, 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 Slithers go. Oh, 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 Slithers no. Oh, 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 Slithers go. Oh, 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 Slithers no. She moves from kingdom to kingdom, leaving venom in her wake, talking shit, starting fires for her own damn sake. When someone calls her out, she flips the script. With the baby piranha, she's fully equipped. Her dirty bearded king locked in his cell. Still she sings his praises, casting a spell. But the maidens of the land, they've had enough. They see through her act and they're calling her bluff. Oh, she slithers in with that fake ass grin, but her charm wears thin and the bullshit begins. With a hiss and a snap, she's ready to scrap, but she's just a snake always caught in a trap. Slither, slither, everybody dance. Slithers thinks she's got a chance, but she's just a joke. Can't you see? Her kingdom's nothing but a fantasy. Oh, 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 Slithers go. Oh, 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 Slithers no. She's slithering, she's hiding, but she's all alone in a jungle that laughs where her cover's been blown. Oh, 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 Slithers go. Oh, 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 Slithers no. Oh, 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 Slithers no. Oh, 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 Slithers no. In the dark ass dungeon with her loudspeaker on, she yells at the world from dusk till dawn, sticking up for a king who's locked up tight. She's riding his dick though he's lost the fight. She punishes the people who dare disagree with threats and curses. She's so damn petty, but the real queens, they see through the game. They know she's just a snake, hiding her shame. Slither, slither, everybody dance. Slithers thinks she's got a chance, but she's just a joke. Can't you see? Her kingdom's nothing but a fantasy. Oh, 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 Slithers go. Oh, 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 Slithers no. She's slithering, she's hiding, but she's all alone in a jungle that laughs where her cover's been blown. Oh, 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 Slithers go. Oh, 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 Slithers no. She slithers into combos where she don't belong, spreading her venom, singing the same old song. When someone disagrees, she lashes out, but her power's fading and there's no doubt. Oh, 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 Slithers go. Oh, 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 Slithers no. Oh, oh, Slithers no. Oh, 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 Slithers no. She slithers into combos where she don't belong, spreading her venom, singing the same old song. When someone disagrees, she lashes out, but her power's fading and there's no doubt. Slither, slither, everybody dance. Slithers thought she had a chance, but she's just a joke. Can't you see? Her kingdom's nothing but a fantasy. Oh, 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 Slithers go. Oh, 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 Slithers no. She's slithering, she's hiding, but she's all alone in a jungle that laughs where her cover's been blown.
Is a healer.
Hello. I hope everyone is well tonight. It is quiet, huh, Holler Girl? Hopefully some people will come on soon. So tonight what I want to do, hold on, sorry, rolling a joint. Tonight what I want to do is I want to go over the video I made, and I want to explain what that video is, and then I want to explain my thoughts on calling CPS. The reason being is because people think that because I made that video that I don't want people to call CPS if they see a child being abused. No, that was not the purpose of my video. The purpose of my video was to show, I'm going to point out a few things. We're going to watch it together, and I'm going to point out a few things, and I'll show you. It's easier to explain while we listen. So, I'm going to just go right into this and we can watch it.
Hey Wall, welcome back to Crystal's Crime Conversations. We're about to get into some real talk today. So, here's the deal. I've been digging into this whole situation with Journey, who was close to Summer Wells, and her mom Marlena, who's tied up with Candace and Dawn. Now, a creator named Lips got herself involved in their family drama, and it went as far as getting Journey taken away from Marlena. Look, I'm all for protecting kids, let me make that clear, but there's something about this that just doesn't sit right with me. I cover the Summer Wells case because I care about the truth, and I care about these kids. But when a YouTuber starts meddling in family affairs to the point where a kid is removed from their home, I can't help but feel like that's stepping over a line. Lips might have thought she was doing the right thing, but in my honest opinion, this feels like too much. We're creators, not child services, and there's a fine line between reporting on a case and becoming a part of it. I'm not saying Marlena's perfect, far from it, but should it really be up to someone online to decide what happens to her daughter? This whole thing just rubs me the wrong way, and I know some of why all might feel the same. So let's dive into this and talk about where we as creators and a community should draw the line. Because when it comes to these sensitive issues, sometimes we need to step back and ask ourselves if we're really helping or just making things worse. Alright folks, buckle up because we're about to dive deep into the drama. I've got something lined up for you that's going to give you a whole new perspective on this.
So let me start with, that was not the only reason I shared these messages. There are other reasons I shared these messages that I'm going to make other videos out of later when it pertains to Dawn and Candace. I don't know who sent these messages to Lips. Lips posted this video about a year ago, I believe. I believe it was like June of 2023. There's other things in here that I want to talk about that you can compare to other things people said, like Fred and Jody Sue, things of that nature. I do believe this lady is telling whoever this man, whoever this is telling Lips their truth. However, I want to point a few things out while we're listening to this, such as her going to a 15-year-old and asking a 15-year-old to ask a child, was a child touched? Such as Marlena called CPS on my daughter's 17-year-old boyfriend. Such as she called CPS on me and caused me so many problems in my life. Was this a revenge call? Now, I'm not saying Marlena didn't need intervention. I absolutely believe that she did. However, it's not something I would take to YouTube. It's not something I personally would go search Beach Creek out for to say, hey, talk shit on Marlena to me so I can call CPS on her and have her child removed. These are real life people, and unfortunately, the person who has to live with that consequence when they get older, especially with it being blasted all over YouTube, is the underage child that you're calling to protect when you're not protecting them yourself. But let's listen.
Mess. I've put together a video that lays out some pretty revealing emails and messages between Lips, that Lips, and an anonymous messenger who knows Marlena and her family like the back of their hand. Now, Lips shared these messages, but let me tell you, the print was tiny, and ain't nobody got time to strain their eyes trying to read all that. So, I went ahead and did the heavy lifting for you. I added voiceover so it's smooth and easy to follow, and you can just sit back and soak it all in. These messages are something else. We're talking about what really could have gone down with Dawn and Candace, Summer Wells' parents, and how Marlena fits into the picture. You'll hear what Marlena supposedly said about the time Summer went missing, stuff that'll make you think twice. But it doesn't stop there. They get into the nitty-gritty of Marlena's care for her daughter Journey. And let me just say, it's not all sunshine and roses. There's a lot of talk about the efforts to have Journey taken away from Marlena, and honestly, it's intense. And if you thought that was it, hold on, because there's more. They dish on Marlena's ex and Journey's father, Chad, who's got his own set of issues, and they don't hold back on Marlena's struggles with drugs and the fact that she's been practically homeless. It's all laid out right here, and I've made sure it's as clear as day so you don't miss a thing. So, get ready to see this whole situation from a new angle. This is where the story gets real, and I'm not pulling any punches. Her sister took Journey to Disney and the beach. Her sister needs custody right now and would love to have it, but you cross Marlena, and bad things happen. The last time she even talked to Candace on video chat, she was at my house cleaning, as she always wants money, and I let her do stuff to earn it. The last time her and Chad were here, they stole several things, and I had paid him to work on my brakes and paid them first and loaned them $32 on top of that. Anyway, they knew they got busted, and she has blocked me now and everything. I bought Journey some Puma tennis shoes and a couple of shirts for school. Marlena's man said she did a line of meth as soon as he got out of jail, so I'm guessing that's what she's doing. I know she's been drinking a lot and was smoking pot and had done coke because her brother called her out on it. I would love to know the exact address she's at because I would have the police there. All I know is it's a farm with a creek off 93. She didn't have to be homeless in that tent. She chose to stay with the meth heads that are living there. And yeah, it's her brother, but he doesn't hide what he is. Marlena has always been a bum, but she's now a thief and a user, sadly. Journey's dad, Chad Daniel Hayes, has a bad felony record. He's someone you keep on your good side. While he was in jail, Marlena was working undercover as a snitch, with his drug people getting them caught. I'm sure she doesn't want people to know that. But don't give her cash, she gets food stamps. And the girlfriend of her brother has a thing where she gets them free food a lot, so that girl doesn't go hungry. And don't let her tell you she needs shit for Journey cause her sister does everything for that child. But on Summer I heard a totally different version. I've heard that Dawn took Summer's clothes and made a scent trail and everything. When Marlena first told the story, also, one story she told was he had to give her up, and she was dead, and he had to live with that, and then she told that she really thinks Summer is still alive. Marlena said she was helping Candace clean over an open CPS case on Summer and the boys, so Candace didn't lose them. Journey loves Summer, and she told me about them packing up Summer's good clothes before Grandma took Journey home. She said they were drinking, and there were people in and out that week when she was there, but she didn't know them all. The only thing different also concerns me. I wonder if someone did something to Journey cause she was teaching my granddaughter that just turned 5 how to dirty dance and I had to fuss at her. She wouldn't tell me who taught her that type of dance when I asked her either, and a while back, Journey was posting provocative videos on TikTok, and I had to call Marlena and get her to shut it down immediately because there were several men on there looking at it, and Marlena shut that one down. But with Chad out of jail now, she will ask you for everything she can get from you. I'm sure you paid for gas and cigarettes for them, nothing for Journey, I'm sure. And I will ask Frances when she gets home from work this evening if they gave Journey anything. She was needing lately and let you know for sure. I had her sis to watch the videos I found, and she said Marlena's disgusting and she's sick of Journey having her name out there associated with all them trashy people. And the reason Marlena can't stay with Frances before or now is because she is a thief now.
Sorry guys, I stepped away to get coffee and water. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I don't think it's a teenager because this person really goes into detail about Marlena and her family. However, there was something I just missed. I want to go back and hold on because I stepped away.
Marlena said she was helping Candace clean over an open CPS case on Summer and the boys, so Candace didn't lose them. Journey loves Summer, and she told me about them packing up Summer's good clothes before Grandma took Journey home. She said they were drinking, and there were people in and out that week when she was there, but she didn't know them all. The only thing different also concerns me. I wonder if someone did something to Journey cause she was teaching my granddaughter that just turned 5 how to dirty dance and I had to fuss at her. She wouldn't tell me who taught her that type of dance when I asked her either, and a while back, Journey was posting provocative videos on TikTok, and I had to call Marlena and get her to shut it down immediately because there were several men on there looking at it, and Marlena...
Okay, I have been in a situation where I had a friend who has a daughter, and I seen her daughter on a social media platform, and I've called her and I've said, hey, you should check these videos out. Okay. She had her daughter take the videos down. They were not appropriate, but that's something that children do, and it's us as parents, it's our job to monitor that. Marlena should have been monitoring that. However, this lady goes on to say, let me read it. Because there were several men on there looking at it. She's a little girl. How many subscribers could she have had? I'm not a TikToker, but from what I see, unless they're commenting, you can't tell who's watching your video. They don't show who's watching your video. So that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, this person seems to be very in tune. I want to explain something. I have a person I know. A person I know. I won't call her a friend. I grew up with her. We used to be friends. As we got older, she started doing weird shit like calling CPS on all of our friends and trying to take all of their kids. It was fucking weird. You know what I mean? She ended up fostering all these kids, and now the kids are now turning into an adult, and they hate her and claim abuse. So things like that happen. There are people that are addicted. Hi, Green Eyes. You changed your name to Green Eyes? That's odd. How are you? Okay, but there are people who are addicted to calling CPS on people just because they want to be a part of something, and they don't understand the consequences that come for the child. Look, I'm not saying don't call CPS, okay? If you see a child being abused, the first thing you should do is call the police, okay? If it's that bad, then CPS. Then after that, in my opinion, you shut up about it. Okay, you let the police and the authorities do their job. If you see they're not doing their job, then you make another complaint. But you don't go to the public. You don't dig. You don't gossip. You don't cause problems. Why this bothers me? I've said it a million times. I am a sister of two women who are very addicted to drugs. One of them worse than the other. Been there, done that. This woman goes on to say how Marlena steals. My sister's still. I've seen it. I've done it. I've pictured it. You don't want to, okay, so because this woman has a drug addiction, she's not caring for her child right. I get it. If something were to happen to that child, we would condemn the shit out of her, right? However, you're not helping the addiction coming out here and putting her business all over YouTube, which is what I'm doing right now, and I don't like it. It feels icky. However, it's already out there. It's already public. I didn't bring it. I'm going to commentate on it once. Okay? And I want to point some things out while we're listening to this. Lips told me Journey is okay. Journey is okay. And Marlena's family, from what I can tell from pictures, I have not talked to any of them, but from what I can tell, Journey is happy. I don't think that they did the wrong thing. However, I think Lips did. And I think the people she involves herself with helped her to do that. I don't think it needed to go any further. These messages did not have to be online. Actually, she probably shouldn't even have had these messages. But yes, Journey's doing fine. And as far as I can see, Marlena still sees Journey. There's photos and pictures and things like that. So, and I'm not saying don't call CPS if you see a child being abused. What I'm saying is don't go hunt these people's families down and talk to everybody they know. Make it your life's choice to bring these people to the ground because you feel it's necessary. Don't destroy them. Maybe this girl can get help one day and get clean and raise her daughter. You don't, obviously, Lips doesn't know what it's like when families get torn apart by addiction, does she? Or she doesn't have a heart and doesn't care. And I'm goddamn sick of her coming in my chats and saying things to me like, Oh, don't bring up my kids and my parenting after she had a video of her kids screaming in the background. Child said father was there. Well, child said father wasn't fucking taking care of your child. Should we call CPS lips? Fuck off, hooker,
Shut that one down.
in my opinion.
But with Chad out of jail now, she will ask you for everything she can get from you. I'm sure you paid for gas and cigarettes for them, nothing for Journey, I'm sure. And I will ask Frances when she gets home from work this evening if they gave Journey anything she was needing lately and let you know for sure. I had her sis to watch the videos I found, and she said Marlena's disgusting and she's sick of Journey having her name out there associated with all them trashy people. And the reason Marlena can't stay with Frances before or now is because she is a thief now and can't trust her alone in the house. I think it was on the timeline of the day that Summer went missing. She had called me when she got off the phone with Candace with the story about the swing set. Also, I don't want Marlena to even know that you have my name because I don't need her trouble on me. She's a lot different now than she was before. I'm not a drug user or a drunk, let me add. But in one of your videos you were talking about Journey living with her aunt, which she does until they get a place to live. Marlena has full custody of Journey, and you said something about a stepson, and that's not correct at all. If she said that, she lied. And she said she didn't give an interview, that she only talked to a detective, and apparently the lady, which is you, tricked her. I've heard everything she knows.
You tricked her and then put it on YouTube, right? If we're believing this lady, you, Lips, tricked her. Yet this woman's still going to come to you and blibber blabber to you. She wants to cause the drama for this woman, and you're just going to latch on to it and put it all on YouTube, right?
Since the beginning, and for your interview she was making her own version up. I kept Journey last month, and we talked a lot about Summer, and that last day she was there before Grandis took her back to Marlena, it was 3 to 4 days early. I kept telling Marlena she was making a bad decision leaving her there because of the way she always dogged Candace, that something could happen to Journey, but she didn't seem to care. I've always felt sorry for Marlena until this past year while Journey's dad's been in jail, but Lena went buck wild and started doing stupid stuff. Journey is definitely safe, she is with her aunt now. I just spoke with Journey for a minute a while ago when I called Frances. I just don't want to be in the middle of the war with Marlena. I have custody of my own granddaughter because I had a
Frances, I hope to talk to you one day because everybody talks to Frances. She seems like a very friendly person. She must have a lot of friends. Miss Linda's talked to her. This one's talked to her. That one's talked to her. Sounds like somebody who is reachable, who people can talk to. I would say maybe, in my opinion, a gossiper. I'm that too. That's why I'm Nebby, and I pay attention to all your shit because I'm conversating. I get to come here and gossip about it, right? My opinions.
drug daughter myself that was friends with Marlena, but they don't talk anymore and my daughter lives a few states away from Tennessee now, thank goodness. But do I think Marlena knows more about Summer? Probably so in the beginning, because Candace blocked her, and Dawn had sent word from jail that Candace needed to stop Marlena. So, I mean, that sounds fishy to me.
I agree with that statement because when Dawn got out of jail, that's who he was concerned about, was Marlena. That was his first, when he came out of jail, that's who he was talking about. He made that Facebook page that had all the porn on it, right? I was talking to him about Marlena and he said some interesting things, which I'm going to put to this at another time in another video. So
Marlena was the one that told me that. I wish I could get my phone records from the evening Summer went missing because as soon as Candace called her, she called me and told me about it, but she gave me the swing story that never went to the police, and if it did, I've not heard it again, anywhere else. Also, talking about Candace, she didn't want the little boy she had that was born before Summer because Candace was going to let Marlena have him when he was born. That was before Journey was even born. I don't remember why they decided to keep him. That was the first time I ever heard of Candace. Marlena said she had her at my house once years ago, but I really don't remember it. I only knew Summer from pictures of the girls and how Marlena would always talk bad about Candace and always say she was the one that was going to give her that little boy, so that's all I knew.
Here's what I gather as we listen. Holler Girl was asking. So, from what I gather, who this person is it's somebody who lived by them in 2003. That's when they met. And Marlena and her daughter were very, very close. The daughter was addicted. This is a grandma. She gets custody of her daughter's child. She claims that Marlena comes over and cleans for her and she pays her and they steal from her. So that's who, I don't know who this person is by name, but listening to this, that's what I'm picking up who this person is. She's a neighbor, a very close friend, and it sounds like to me even probably closer to Marlena's ex, Chad Hayes, who is not Chad Arnold. Somebody asked me in my comment section, was it the same Chad? No, however, this woman states she was staying on the banks of some lake or pond or river or something, right? So, and the drug dealer was staying there with them. So I have a feeling they were staying with Chad Arnold on this riverbank that Ziggy went to visit with Haskell Rhines to meet Chad Arnold, who's never stepped forward and seen Candace. Yeah, that guy. I think there's a connection. However, it's not the same Chad.
And I always heard about the drug stories and I always told her she didn't need to fool with people like that. But Marlena's man did drugs with Dawn. Rick told me on the phone before he died that he thought someone took Summer away for her own good if they didn't accidentally kill her and was covering it up. He knew Dawn for years, where he was a painter, and in younger years he was wild and sold coke and weed on the side and was from Beach Creek. I met the Crawfords all when they moved to a house beside me back in like 2003, and Marlena was my kid's age and she just has always come around. The night that she called me, I heard her tell you 7:30, but I think it was more around 6 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. when she told me, and she said she told Candace to look everywhere before she called the cops, because the state would use it against her, and I told Marlena then, no. She needs to call the law cause it's a child.
What? Can you get me a link to Old Crows? I didn't hear about that. Wow. Okay.
So she did call her right back and told her to call them immediately. But she said she called to see if Journey knew any hiding spots she could be in, and that she was cooking supper, and was watching Summer on her swing, and then a bit later she looked out and didn't see her. She went out soon after that, looking and yelling for Summer, and she couldn't find her. Marlena was going to go help look for her that night, but ended up not going for some reason. The day Candace called her on video chat, I heard Candace say that the cops had just left her house and took her, and she didn't know why. I told Marlena to ask if it was smart to pull the camera. She said it was smart, and she was not sure about a camera. I told them both if it does, they can pull stuff back up on it because stuff like that keeps memories in them. And that was just days before the estate took the boys. I always wondered if they found something else out that the public doesn't know. She said Journey doesn't have a doctor appointment that she knows about tomorrow.
I want to go look at it. I'm looking at your picture to see if I can find your page. Can you just send me a link to your page or to the post? It would be helpful. No, he's not the one that was shot in the throat by Fred. Oh, yeah, this guy, the guy she was talking to. That's what it sounded like. Yes, absolutely. Let me go back to that. Two Old Crows, if you want to provide the link, that would be helpful.
She's milking you for all she can keep around. The night that she called me, I heard her tell you 7:30, but I think it was more around 6 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. when she told me, and she said she told Candace to look everywhere before she called.
You can just post the link in the chat. Just copy and paste the link to it, and I can copy and paste it and put it in the browser. I think you should be able to. Let me know if it don't work. If not, you could post it in one of my community posts. Just go to my last community post and post the link. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm really, really interested. I want to see it and read it with you guys.
The cops because the state would use it against her, and I told Marlena then no. She needs to call the law cause it's a child, so she did call her right back and told her to call them immediately. But she said she called to see if Journey knew any hiding spots she could be in, and that she was cooking supper and was watching Summer on her swing, and then a bit later she looked out and didn't see her. She went out soon after that looking and yelling for Summer, and she couldn't find her. Marlena was going to go help look for her that night, but ended up not going for some reason. The day Candace called her on video chat, I heard Candace say that the cops had just left her house and took her, and she didn't know why. I told Marlena to ask if it was smart to pull the camera. She said it was smart, and she was not sure about a camera. I told them both if it does, they can pull stuff back up on it because stuff like that keeps memories in them. And that was just days before the estate took the boys. I always wondered if they found something else out that the public doesn't know. She said Journey doesn't have a doctor appointment that she knows about tomorrow. She's milking you for all she can get. The lazy people need to go to work. Marlena has a job offer cleaning a Super 8, but why work when you can scam people? I mean, it's you, but I personally...
So I believe at one point, Marlena, somebody wrote me about that. I can't remember who it was. I'd have to go back and really dig. Someone I was talking to a long time ago told me that Marlena did actually take that job at the Super 8. However, I don't know how long she was there for, but she did work there.
Won't help her anymore after she stole from me. Okay, I just got sent a message from Marlena's sister that she's gonna do a walk-in clinic to get Journey a fast checkup, so she has it for DCS because she's way behind on a physical. I assume it went well if she took her yesterday because all her sister said was she is going to see how the weekend goes. Marlena's got Journey at the tent for the weekend. In the time around Summer's disappearance, Marlena was keeping to herself and just helping out Candace, trying to clean it up, and she said it was a lot worse than what people seen after, so I can't imagine how messy it had been before. When she talked to me, she was just aggravated that they brought Journey home earlier. Apparently they were supposed to go to the splash pad in Riverview on Monday or Tuesday, and she would have got Journey back then. Summer...
That happened. However, Dawn told me it happened 10 days prior to Summer going missing. That's what I want to elaborate on later. Hey, little Dev, how are you? Hi, Lisa. Go Sip. I don't think I properly said hello. Two old crows, green eyes, Heather. Let me give you guys a proper hello. But yeah, Dawn said that that Marlena just dumped Journey off and they had a big fight about it, and that he had made Grandma take Journey to her grandma's. Now, I believe that was Marlena's mother, who actually lives like pretty much right behind Fred Hill, I think. However, I found something else out. I got research, guys, I haven't even looked into yet.
Her and Journey were just having fun playing and stuff the week before. Journey, from the day she came back, talked about them packing up her good clothes. Once Summer got gone, Marlena started trying to figure out immediately what happened to Summer, and she has said all along that area she told you about where she thinks if Summer's passed, that's where they would find her, or in the septic tank at the house. The fact of it is that it gets me is why Candace and Marlena fell out so fast. You would think that should have made Marlena want to be there for support during this. And Marlena also said that she thought that Summer might be with the family in Utah because of the abuse of Dawn. I honestly think, yeah, she knows to a point of what happened, but maybe didn't get the whole story. If she knew where Summer really was at, don't think for 1 minute she wouldn't have told it and took the money that was being offered. I still have stuff on the phone she sent me talking about the places she was thinking about. She may be. Marlena said the police was driving her crazy in the beginning. Then, when her man went to jail last year, she moved back home with her mom and was doing the drug snitching for money. So, the point is Marlena would have come forward and took the money for the information on Summer unless she was afraid of something. But if she really knows something...
So let's put that out there. So now she's putting Marlena's life in danger, right? Good job, Lips. You're an amazing YouTube creator, you fucking bitch, in my opinion.
Something important on Summer, she has not slipped up. But she always said Summer knew better than to just walk away from home with a stranger, and she has made comments she wasn't taken by a stranger. One story she told was she had heard Grandis gave Summer a pill of hers to calm her down from being so hyper that day, and that she went underwater swimming for like a minute while Candace and that boy was hitting the pipe and drinking twisted tea when they noticed she had went under. And one of them jumped in and got her out and she started breathing and coughing and they left. And that Summer drowned on the way home, and Candace and Dawn covered it up to save the boys from being taken out and Candace going to jail. The Wells were just hoarders and drunk, dope-dealing users, all-American picture of a redneck family from that area. I know a lot was said about them shaving everyone's head, but lice was so bad there that was the only way to get rid of it. Marlena and Journey got it from them. And anything I know has come from Marlena and her family. Marlena telling you about Candace sexting a boy is the first time I've ever heard that from her. Also, sacrificing Summer for church, never had heard that either. I
think she said it to look good or make it sound good is going to be her next statement. Honestly, it made her sound like a twit, in my opinion. It didn't sound good. It sounds fake and fabricated. And Marlena, even though you've only been to YouTube a couple times with Lips, who backstabbed you, right? Did she pay you? You wanted $500. I don't know. Crazy shit.
think she made up a lot about it just to make it sound good. Marlena's sister said she's making stuff up too. Sep 4th, 2022, to Linda. I just thought of something. Do you think the day Grandis brought Journey home was because CPS showed up? But wait, weren't they cleaning up for like 2 weeks though? Not I confuse myself. Response Sep 4th, 2022. No, CPS was coming back out the week she went missing. I want to think the next day because that's why they were going to bring Journey back on Monday or Tuesday. We all have talked to Journey, and she said the same over and over. The cops asked her if Summer could unlock the basement door and had her show them how it opened. I just don't understand why there were 2 to 4 different stories told unless there was a cover-up. Sep 4th, 2022, at 2:43 a.m. One other thing, when she brought Journey home, she told Marlena that Journey wanted to come home early, and Journey said that was a lie, that they were packing Summer's good clothes and something came up. That was before she went missing, so Journey has stuck to that same story this whole time.
Journey's story hasn't changed. She's a child. We're going to take it as truth. You know what else this confirms? Journey was not injured at the Wells the night before Summer went missing, like another rumor that had gone spreading around, right? Mm-hmm.
On the sacrifice thing, it's because Don said he had to give up Summer over his mistakes and what a sacrifice it was because he has to live with that for the rest of his life. Rick didn't say anything about a church sacrifice. And I'm not sure about Fred Hill because I do not know him, but if it's who I'm thinking about, he was the owner of some property her camper was on, and he took it and is taking her to court before she can get it back over lot rent.
The camper that Fred and Laura moved into because theirs was trash, the one that somebody burnt the hillside down for. Put it together, people.
And if that's him, he shot at Marlena's mom one evening. Don got drunk and told around some of them that he put Summer in the truck, and he put her scent trail down a path in the driveway. But Marlena's brother Ricky came to my house back in late May or early June, and he said he knew Summer was alive and gone. Marlena was staying here with Journey and Journey's half-sister Anna. She had her here 3 days until I found out she wasn't supposed to have her at all. Anna is Journey's dad by another lady. She is 15. Again, I don't know why she said a brother. But Anna hates Marlena and always said that she puts on a nice act in front of me. She only loves.
So here she goes on talking, bringing another child into this, right? A 15-year-old who lives with the father, who, in my opinion, by pictures, seems very happy. Okay? Marlena had this child. Oh, she wasn't supposed to have her neither. Now, how does this lady know that? That's what I'm saying. She's on here gossiping. Lips is going to court and telling people, I'm the only one that knows anything about Summer Wills. Well, you know what, Lips? Go get her then. Since you know all the damn things. Okay?
Loves Journey. Oh, and Marlena is going to court. It's over a bad debt on money she borrowed from a loan place, and they are taking her to court. Nothing at all over Journey because Marlena is avoiding the social workers completely. Journey is fine. Anna talked to her earlier today. Anna is good friends with my teenage daughter. They Snapchat all the time. Marlena has even tried to get money from Anna for cigarettes and gas too. And the drug dealer is staying in the other tent that's on that property beside Marlena and Chad. Girl, it's a whole dang soap opera. If everyone could just figure out the real story of Summer, bless her heart, and get some justice. Sent from my iPhone. I got to see Journey this evening. All the kids went bowling for a little while. Journey's half-sister got to talk with her about being around Summer, and Journey is still sticking to only what she's been telling. She also asked her if anyone has touched her inappropriately, and she said no, that's gross.
So you just said, you're telling Lips, lady. I don't know who you are. You're telling Lips that Journey's sleeping in bed with a pedo, okay? And then you send a 15-year-old child to question, I believe Journey was 8 at the time, an 8-year-old child about being touched. And then you're taking that to Lips, who's then putting it on the internet. Now do you see where my problem is with Lips being the CPS caller? Not saying this shit didn't need looked into. Not saying that the police haven't already been questioning Marlena and know that she was staying on the Wills Hill and that she didn't. You will later hear, or maybe we already heard, Francis has been trying to get custody. CPS was already freaking involved. Right? Lips, this woman reached out to you. She allowed you to tell a fake story about the Wills on the internet. You should have taken that as a cry for help. She's out there telling fantasies. You should have reached your hand out to her, offered her help in finding a rehabilitation center, maybe talking to her, being an ear for her, calling the proper authorities behind the scenes without telling people you were doing so. And maybe tried to get this woman help so that there could be reunification with her child instead of tearing her apart, putting it on the internet and destroying some young children's lives in the process. In my opinion, that's exactly what you did. So for the subs that are out here saying, oh, you wouldn't call CPS, no, I absolutely would have. Just would have did it properly.
I still have not talked with Marlena. Journey asked me why I hadn't talked to her, and I told her she blocked me. But I think now, after she blocked me and Chad's other daughter, that it may be she is afraid we may tell on her for sleeping with over 10 men for money and stuff when he was in jail over this past year. I agree totally. And no, I don't live near any of them. I live closer to the Virginia side of the Kingsport area. Did Marlena ever tell you her brother watched Candace get put in a cop car a few months back, but nobody ever said anything at all about her getting arrested? I wondered if they were just questioning her again. Very true. Marlena's sister is my name redacted, and she wanted me to ask you if Marlena ever said when she was supposed to have gotten Journey checked, because Marlena's caseworker asked her if Marlena has ever taken Journey to be checked out yet, and she didn't think Journey has been because around here, a regular doctor won't check her. They have a place just for that in Blountville, TN. Okay, thanks. She said Marlena called and canceled the home study last Wednesday scheduled at
Hold on. I keep trying to hit this joint. Every time I do, something said that I want to respond to. She wants to know if Marlena ever told you she got Journey checked. They won't do that. A regular doctor won't check her. They have a place just for that in Bluntville. If you're paying attention, you can hear this isn't a regular doctor checkup. They're trying to put this little girl through hell and have her checked in private areas when she's already answered the question. That's what they're doing. So there's more going on behind the scenes that Lips is not sharing. She's not putting her messages out, just a few of them when we get the messenger. But Lips and this woman and the sister to Marlena wants Journey checked. Okay. That should be up to CPS to decide. This is disgusting. Poor Journey. Poor baby.
Francis's house again, and Marlena has not met them at all face to face. And for you not to listen to her made up lies, she changes stories around to sound good at times. See, we all heard that story except the touching and sedative sale. I don't know what to believe, but if that's true and nobody's telling CPS, they all need to be in trouble.
And then you got Benny. I just showed you guys a clip about a week ago. You got Benny. We already on the phone with Tim. We already know Josie did something to Journey. So is this a narrative they're pushing? Are they making this up? Did it really happen? Did CPS, was they aware of that? Y'all are talking about this little girl like, and then you get on here and you call CPS on creators and you judge their parenting, and not one of you is a good parent. Nobody's perfect. However, in this situation, you have an addict, a young woman who needs help and who her daughter needs. This is why I'm here.
She said she did, but it's on Marlena. And that since Journey is safe with her, unless they find out something bad, Francis can't get custody. She talked to somebody about it, and she said she doesn't know how in the hell Marlena is slick on dealing with them. Anything involving sedation and messing with them definitely needs to be looked into. And yes, it's all just hearsay for anyone that hears it to turn it in. But I mean, it's also a concern that needs to be looked into. And even down to Marlena telling how Candace got alcohol and drugs and stuff for that underage boy Hunter. If she knew, she is just as guilty as Candace, don't you think? Yes, that might help Franny. She said that Chad is stealing from the dollar stores. Marlena said she would burn her house down if she tried to get Journey also. Hell, they both just don't want to go to work. Maybe Chad is a thief. He robs anyone or anywhere, Lowe's, dollar store, people that they can always have. She hasn't really ever taken anything big from me until when he got out, but she's always a bum and asking for money. But to take my personal stuff, and she knows I know it was her, she won't phone me or send me again. Oh, and Francis said the Puma shoes I got Journey for her birthday, I took her and picked out what she wanted so she would wear them to school. Well, they went and said at her birthday party that they got them for her as a birthday present, and Franny spoke up and said they were full of shit. She knows.
So in other words, you guys couldn't let Journey have the joy of thinking that her mom bought her something. Her sister had to, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know these people. Maybe I shouldn't be making assumptions. I have opinions. Now it's out there. Now, like the sister stands up at the thing. Like, you couldn't just say, yeah, Journey, look what your mama bought you. Isn't that sweet of her? And let her have that memory. Instead, the sister got to stand up and say, oh, you're full of shit. That's something somebody could have handled on the side. Like, mentally, the whole family, in my opinion, and YouTubers are fucking this little girl, man. Like, How's she going to grow up to be any better than her mother when you all are playing games with her in the public on YouTube over another missing child? There is an actual child missing, and this little girl could play into that. We don't know why or how. That's for the police to decide. You hear Lawson say CPS bleeds over into it. You hear Sherry, Allie's mom, say, yeah, there was a CPS call. Obviously, CPS has been involved for a very long time. If you don't think they're already involved, I don't know what's wrong with you. But y'all are playing mental issues with this little girl, and you have no care about doing it. And then you want to cry like, oh, you're making fun of me. You're talking about me. Meanwhile, bitch, you're trying to sue me, take my house, all this other shit. I ain't never done nothing like you've done. This was too far, Lips. And then you go to court and say, oh, you're the only one with information that can lead to Summer Walls. Well, let me tell you something. She went missing in 2021. We are now in 2024. If you had that information, don't you think they'd have had her by now?
It's better she was on FaceTime that day when we got them. Also, they did not get her anything at all for her birthday. They are sorry as shit parents, she said. Hey, no, I've not heard a word from her. Just her sister, and she said don't give her money. She tried to file for emergency custody of Journey, but they told her she can't get her because she is already taking care of her, and she is a safe place for Journey to be right now. Marlena told them that she's keeping her for her safety. She knows how to play the system. That's for sure. I so hope Summer is still living.
There you go. CPS already had involvement.
After talking with you so much, I really am reevaluating Marlena. Something isn't adding up about her. I wonder if Candace knows the trash talk she's been doing. Also, I called the phone company and had the call log sent to me from the day she went missing. I want to go back and know exactly what the time was when Marlena called me because she was gone about 45 minutes. Then, according to what she told. Because Lena told you 7:30 p.m., but I swear I think it was definitely earlier than that. I do agree, but Tennessee is crazy like that. Marlena's got me in a mess. She won't deal with CPS, but she sure can call them on everybody else. I've been watching several videos on Summer and the lies that Marlena's telling, and it's no wonder Candace wants to stomp her. I feel like 100 times over Candace knows what happened to Summer, and with Lena saying how there was alcohol and drugs being given to Hunter, she is as guilty. And calling other people their drug heads too, she's as bad as the rest. She's had a whole secret life going on this past year. I really think she may have known something more that she's told the cops. Really need to grill her now that she's out with all this stuff. Just funny now how Candace and her don't talk anymore, but were best friends for years. Did you get to see the tick? Told Journey has acted a lot older this past year than she should. I wish they would make her have Journey checked out. I agree. Also, I don't understand why Marlena has even let herself get to this point. And she is only living this way because she wants to. I really think she's lost it. She's not the same person I have known since she was 15 years old. After her struggle to get off the tech, it really makes me sick that she's been using meth. Her sister said her and Chad have been fighting every day, and she is so jealous of him she can't stand it. That's sure no life. I'm not perfect by any means, but I swear before I do drugs, I'd check into a hospital. I actually have been wondering if she is having a guilty conscience over Journey and Summer. I mean, she was letting Journey sleep in bed with that Kyle dude, and he is a convicted pedo. Where she was doing...
There it is. After you just said you had the 15-year-old question the 8-year-old. A 15-year-old. And Journey answered, ooh, no, gross. Right? These are rumors, guys. Like, I got people in my comment section going, well, if they let me, if I found out my daughter or somebody's daughter was sleeping with you, wouldn't report it. Of course I would report it, but it would have to be fact. It couldn't just be rumor. And that's exactly what this is. This is gossip. This is spilling the tea. Because you had just said the 15-year-old questioned Journey, not an adult, not an authority figure, not her mother, not her grandmother, not her aunt, not even you, but you had a 15-year-old. You know what?
That undercover snitching, she has too many friends on the inside to get Journey really looked at like she needs to be. But on her lies, she's telling on what Don told Rick he may get out of jail, and something might happen to her. But again, I know that it's been over a year since she talked to Candace. And the evening Summer went missing. Why did Marlena say she was going to help look, but not one time has she went back to that place? Just the more I think about the change in her this past year, something is eating her up. I agree, but at the same time,
Two old crows. I think she was saying that they were snitching on the dealers that were in the area that her ex, Journey's father, was involved in. I think that's what she was meaning to say. At least that's what I took of it, speculating.
Tennessee is different about jerking the kids away like that. Marlena knows how to cross her I's and dot her T's. I had to fight my daughter for my granddaughter I have custody of. I tried to message Marlena on my other daughter's Facebook, but she won't answer me back. She went and made a CPS report on my 17-year-old's ex-boyfriend from a year ago, and those people have blamed me for it. I need to talk to her so bad to find out who and what she told, because those are the kind of people that will come shoot you. Hey lady, I'm doing good, actually at Myrtle Beach this week. Came Saturday with the family for my event redacted birthday. We are location redacted. LOL. About to head down today to the water. It's finally sunny since that hurricane hit last week. Marlena actually texted me Saturday and said happy birthday. I was shocked. I said thanks, and that was it. No on little Summer. I think I hit on about everything, but I did have the time of the call that day, and Marlena called me at 6:17 p.m. and told me she was missing.
Did she snitch on Fred? I'm going to have to see. This is going to be one of them things I'm going to have to listen to over and over and over again. Because that's a good thought. Was she snitching on Fred? And Ricky? Did she snitch on her own brother? Dudley, Laura? Because these messages would coincide with around the time they were all arrested.
I really have been thinking a lot about the whole thing. I wonder if Marlena does know more and had Journey in that god-awful place for money, because she changed so much over the past year and a half, it's unreal. Marlena is as bad as Candace. She had her back and never bothered to even help look for Summer, only telling stuff now for money. Something's fishy. I think the police already know, but no body, no case. And yeah, you need to give them hell on your channel. Yes, hun, we had a great time, thank ya. When she went missing, Marlena was driving an Altima. Her past 2 cars have been that. I saw her and Chad at a laundromat beside a grocery store about 3 weeks ago, and they threw the clothes back in the car and almost hit my car. They took off so fast. They know I know what all they stole from my house, and boy, she won't face me. They even took my social security card and my girls' birth certificates. The law around here said that they can't do anything about it since I didn't see it happen. I thought, well, if I'd have seen him getting it, he wouldn't have gotten away with it. She gets by with so much. Hope you are doing okay. Yes, also they did finally have her checked out, and she was good. Nothing had happened to her. I just wish they could find Summer.
So they did eventually get Journey to the doctors, and nothing has happened to her. But everybody heard the other part, so I want to make sure that everybody hears that part. Journey was checked out. She was not touched. Not by Josie. Not by the man this woman accused her of sleeping in bed with. Not by anybody else. The little girl was checked out after y'all put her through all that hell, right?
Hey, I meant to tell you Marlena did lose custody of Journey for now. I told Yaz she was doing good and just realized I didn't even tell you that the state removed her and let her sister get temporary custody. They go back to court on December 8th for a review. Marlena told Journey since she was Franny's little girl now that she might just have another baby to replace her. Can you even imagine how that hurt Journey to hear that from her mother?
Gossip. We don't know that that's truth, but you put that out there. So if Journey did hear it and doesn't remember it in 20 years, or if it wasn't said, now that's something that's going to fuck with her head for the rest of her life, lips, because you put it on the internet.
It was August 13th or 15th when she got that stuff, and she doesn't even have custody of Journey. She's not taking her to the doctor at all. She's on drugs, according to her sister. I honestly don't know. But she changed her whole personality. It's getting worse. Oh, I'm sure it's the pills and meth. They go to court next week, well, the 8th or 9th. Right now it's supervised visits. Yes, LOL. And I swear the mentality and personality changes that she has made over this past year is just crazy. I feel like she really does know a hell of a lot more than she lets on. And Chad, Journey's dad, did dope with them. And Marlena had a tech addiction before. The day she was with Journey after Summer was gone, she
Can someone tell me what the fuck tech is? I don't know what tech is. Does anybody know what tech is? I'm old. I'm out of the loop on drugs. I'm not an addict. Does anybody know what the hell tech is?
was playing on the trampoline and then went out of the safety net and went to swinging and dirty dancing on the pole, and name redacted told her to stop, that's ugly. Marlena popped off with that she doesn't care if she climbs a pole or not as long as she brings mama the money. That just spoke volumes to me. Well, that was just in August. But name redacted is 5, and my granddaughter is 17, but see where I had just got name redacted signed up for kindergarten.
I see. Tech. Subutex. Subs. That's what started my sister's addiction. Isn't that crazy? That's what she took before she did anything else. It's like methadone, a different form of it. It's supposed to be used to take you away, take you off of drugs. It's supposed to be used as I guess, like a bridge to getting sober. However, some people start on it because it's also a pain pill. In my opinion, what Subutex is and methadone, and I know people say, and people fight me on this, but in my opinion, all that is the government's way to keep the junkie high. They make money. That is pharmaceutical companies, your lobbyists that you have in Washington, D.C. Like Narcan, we need Narcan. It's a life-saving drug, right? But how much money do they make off of it? They don't care. Our government doesn't care about the addict. If you see what I'm saying. Trek, they shot the drug. Oh, could be. Like fentanyl. That's another one. Yeah, it's made over in Mexico and all that. But let me tell you something. I never knew until, oh my God, guys, I have such a sad story to tell. There was a family that I knew. I was friends with a girl who had autism. Okay. She marries this man much older than her, named Mario. Okay. He has kids like her age. He's passed away. He had cancer. I loved Mario. However, him and his wife divorced. She was abusive. He ends up taking the kids. She takes the kids. The kids are all fucked up. He gets addicted to drugs. Most of the kids get addicted to drugs. The one daughter gets involved with this man named Mike. And I'm visiting them one day after like 5 years. I haven't seen them in a long time. And my friends Christy and Mario are sitting there telling me about how Mario's daughter's seeing this man and he's sniffing the fentanyl off patches. And that Heather is rolling them up and smoking them. And I'm like, what? That's like something they give in the hospital for surgery, because my son has been on fentanyl quite a lot. Like, as a baby in the hospital, they give it to you in heart transplant and certain surgery situations, you know? So I'm like, what the fuck? So another year or two goes by. I'm talking to them on the phone. Like, these are people I don't have a lot of contact with at this time, at that time in my life, okay? And he has 2 children that did something to their children. But I get a phone call that the man, Heather had a baby, and the man killed the baby. He's in prison right now. Actually, I think he died. I think he died in jail. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But he harmed the baby and killed the baby while he was high on the fentanyl. And I was like, what? You know? So it's like, these drugs are not, like, even, I went way off topic here, even the Subutex, you know, that's just a way of our government. That's how it gets out on the street and these people find this shit, right? Like, it got to come from somewhere. I'm a drug literate. I have no clue about any of them other than Mary Jane. I smoke, brat. I smoke a lot. Like, I'm a stoner. I get that, but I'm glad, like, here in Pittsburgh, we got dispensaries and shit now, because I like my shit clean. It's scary. It's a scary world we live in, you know? You don't know who's going to, like, where I live, it isn't as bad as it was before the pandemic, but the epidemic of fentanyl and meth hit really hard. I had a bunch of friends, like, at one time, all get addicted to this shit and all die. It's sad. Like, that's where all my friends are. They're in the grave because they all became addicted to drugs. Fenny Narcan will not work on. I didn't know that, Bone Collector. It's just something I want to talk about on my channel, because when I came here, that's why I've been doing the 313 initiative and things like that. When I came here, it was after, oh God, I had gotten custody of my nephews. Jordy was probably about 8. He's now 21. His dad was in the services, but I had to go search for my sister because I couldn't find her. Like I told you guys, she tried to rob me, take my wedding rings and shit. She was sneaking in my house. It was horrible, you know? And after that, she disappeared. I took the kids and she disappeared. Her husband came back from the services for a very short stint. He got her set up in Ohio. What the hell was the name of it? New Eagle or something, Ohio. He gets her set up by there, and it's real close to Canton. Well, she disappears. Nobody hears from her. She's not answering calls. She's not doing anything. I had my friend Jackie come pick me up. We went up to Ohio, and I went searching for her. I asked people, like, had they seen her? And they said, yeah, and it was horrible. Like, I pulled in, like, Ohio is horrible. I have never in my life seen anything like it. I pulled into this little alley where they told me she was. It was an abandoned house. There was all kinds of young girls, like young. I'm talking like 14, 15 years old. Girls coming in and out of the house, out of the garage next to it. There's a pimp in the alley, like just standing there. I went toe to toe with him because he wouldn't let me talk to my sister. He told me if she wants to talk to me, she'll reach out to me. He runs her now. And he let her get away. She gets in a car. She takes off. My friend Jackie and I get out of the area. We get in a car and we go a few blocks away. And here she is parked in a beer distributor. I believe it was a beer distributor in some kind of store driveway. with a man. And I get out of the car and I approach her and she takes the fuck off. Like, it was horrible. It was one of the worst things I ever seen. So when I come here, these are the type of things I want to talk about. This is what attracted me to Summer's case, was the drug factor of it, because I thought it was a good conversation starter when it comes to addiction. And like, we have to use our voices to stop this. Our families are dying. Our government doesn't care. There are people out there who are addicted who once were good people, and these people have changed. They're not the same as they once were. And you hear this. We're going to hear that. There's something coming up in this. I'm reading this right now that you're going to hear. They said, oh, was she involved with vice lords? The lady answers, Lord, no. She was an all-country girl, rode horses in a wagon train. She has no affiliation at all. However, then she goes on to say her dad was a painter and a pot and cocaine dealer in the same area of James Light, where all of the cocaine and all that other shit just went down, right? So, I mean, that is a problem, but you hear that Marlena was a good girl that rode horses. Drugs change people. And it's sad. And that could be part of the reason why Summer is missing. And it could be part of the reason why more children will go missing or neglected or abused. So how do we stop that? We don't attack them. We talk about it. We spread awareness. We do what we can to get this out there. We don't cause havoc. We don't go gossip with the families that are involved in cases. I mean, it doesn't help. We don't know these people on a personal level. It's okay to get to know them on a personal level, but if you're going to pretend to be somebody's friend, there's something fucking wrong with you if you're going to bring it to YouTube.
Had my folder still in the car, so they got social security cards, birth certificates of all three of us, plus my custody papers on name redacted and both girls' shot records and some other personal information, including my last bank statement at the time. So I had to change all that information. I just don't understand what they wanted that stuff for. I've got it through my bank, the credit fraud stuff, set up to be alerted if any credit activities occur because of name redacted as mother on and off drugs, and Marlena knows that I do. So she knows I'd find out if stuff like that happens. So it just doesn't make sense why, and at the time. I mean, I was only paying them to do stuff around here so she could have a little money, because I don't just hand out to them because they don't pay back anything. They took a lot of stuff from here those 3 to 4 days, it's crazy. I mean, even my new mandolin food chopper I had got from QVC, LOL. Like, who the hell takes a food chopper, you know? Do you know if Lena was part of any gangs? Like the Vice Lords? Lord, no, she was all country. She rode horses in a wagon train. She has no affiliation at all. Her dad was a painter and a pot and cocaine dealer. Now, that's what I thought. Due May 4th at 8:40 p.m. Hey, all is good here. Marlena called me not too long ago, but she said she's not heard a word from Candace. When I asked her, I heard something about a jacket being found. Marlena said she laid money on it, that she is dead, sadly. Journey is still with her aunt, and Lena's name redacted is still in jail. I knew Candace wasn't there, but I didn't know it was for sale. I hope you have been doing well, and thank you for continuing to help on poor little Summer. Around here it seems like she's slowly being forgotten. Message, okay, thanks. All of them at that tent had gone to jail, but Marlena is staying with some of her man's family, but Chad is still in jail too. WTF, already back in jail, huh? Yeah, he can't stay out of jail. Due Jan 15th at 5:30 p.m. Well, girl, it's been 2 years today. They have Summer all over the local news today. They are doing a thing at the park this evening. Bless her heart. Due Aug 17th at 4:21 p.m. Hey, beautiful. Did you know that Cotton Simpson? Have you heard what all has been said lately? Response, no, I had only heard of the name. Marlena showed up at the house the other night and was needing a place to stay, so I ended up letting her in. Then my granddaughter came home with darn COVID after only 4 days.
So this woman robs you. She steals your birth certificate. You're saying you're never going to talk to her again, and then boom. If these are in order, and they look to be, they sound like they are. This woman who has harmed you so often and caused you so much pain, called CPS on you, called them on your 17-year-old's ex-boyfriend's family, all this shit. And you're still allowing her to come in your home while you're talking shit on her. You're a horrible friend, woman, in my opinion.
So now we all have it. And Marlena left with Chad so she could go see Journey today. She's blowing my phone up now asking for money. Last I heard was Candace and Dawn had left the area or were trying to leave. Marlena said she never talks to anyone about Summer anymore. I'm sure at this point she wouldn't anyway. How you been and what's new? Where school was out. Name redacted rules the TVs when we are home. LOLLL. Marlena says she is clean from meth for the past 4 to 5 months, but she still takes the Phentermine diet pills, Valium and Adderall, so it's still pretty bad. I made her put her stuff in my car and not carry anything in. Lord, it's been crazy here this week. Well, I'm pretty sure she has the Sudafed in her system because otherwise she would have got this COVID with her being here in the house with us. Because it was like name redacted went to urgent care on Sunday. I had it Monday, name redacted on Tuesday, and her best friend tested positive last night and she was only in and out over the weekend, so Marlena has something from her getting sick in OMG, the waterfall. I know exactly where that is. Yeah, he's saying there's an old cave behind it. I haven't heard anything about there except when Marlena was saying that a few months after it first happened. Marlena said the same thing about Summer too? Man, has anyone looked, I wonder. I don't know. Yeah, she said there at the falls or a place called Five Caves that's here in KPT, and then the third spot was a place in or near Beach Creek, and there was a place she said had a waterfall and then woods that went to some small caves in the mountain. We have some crazy group of Mexican dudes and a couple of ladies with them that everyone is watching out for because they think they are getting girls lined up to snatch. They were putting zip ties on cars. She really could have helped cover it up because all she ever says is law don't run Beach Creekers, they run the law. I know it Fred left right when Summer came up missing with the car he said he was scalping but came back with the same car. OMG, they do say that, Jody Sue says it too, that the holler runs the holler. It's a bad area, nobody messed there even before Summer because it's known for trouble. I have cameras, LOL. But yeah, they were seen at Hobby Lobby and Ross and at Target and Buffalo Wild Wings parking lots. The ladies go in and have been speaking to girls. And then the dudes are in the van. It's been several people talking about getting approached. All right.
That makes me curious because we've heard that before from Jody Sue, although she said it was Andy that was involved. And we've heard a couple other people talk about situations like that. The zip ties thing, that's crazy because that was going around at that time. My son actually was telling me, if you see a zip tie on your car, don't go to your car. It was on our news. So that is something that was going on all over America during that time. So, yeah, we should go over that one day just so people know, like, things to look out for. Okay, now this goes into me talking, and these are my thoughts. And this is what well, it ain't me talking, it's my AI. But these are the thoughts that I feel when people took it as if, some people, not everybody, took it as if don't call CPS if you see a child in danger. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I want you to listen to what I'm saying because it doesn't cause help. It causes harm the way things like this are done, just like Lips did this. So, yeah. Screw you, Lips.
So before we wrap this up, I need to get something off my chest, something that's been weighing heavy on me. You see, being a creator in this true crime community isn't just about sharing stories or digging into cases. It comes with a responsibility that's way bigger than most people realize. And what I've seen here with Lips getting involved in Marlena's life going so far as to influence the removal of her daughter, well, that crosses a line that I think we need to talk about, and I mean really talk about. Let me be real with you, this isn't just some reality show where we get to play puppet master with people's lives. These are real people, with real emotions, and sometimes, real brokenness. When we start inserting ourselves into their personal affairs, especially in ways that can have life-altering consequences, we're stepping into dangerous territory. Sure, it might feel like we're helping, or that we're doing something good. But the truth is, most of the time, we don't know the full story. We're on the outside looking in, and no matter how much we think we know, there's always more beneath the surface. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for exposing the truth and holding people accountable. That's why I do what I do. But there's a difference between shining a light on something and getting your hands dirty in a way that could cause even more harm. And I've got to ask, is it really our place to be judge, jury, and executioner? Because when we start playing those roles, we risk doing just as much damage as the people we're trying to expose. As creators, we have to remember that we're not just dealing with stories, we're dealing with people's lives. And once you cross that line, there's no going back. You can't unring that bell. And let's be honest, how many of us are truly equipped to make these kinds of decisions? Most of us aren't trained in law enforcement, psychology, or social work. We're passionate, we're driven, but passion and drive aren't enough when it comes to making choices that could tear a family apart. I think about Marina, and yeah, she's made some bad choices, no doubt about that. But does that mean we, as outsiders, have the right to decide what happens to her and her daughter? Or are we just adding fuel to an already out-of-control fire? There's a real human cost to getting involved in this way, and it's something that keeps me up at night. I can't help but wonder, if we took a step back, would things have played out differently? Would Journey still be with her mom? Would Marlena have had a chance to turn things around without all this outside interference? And for those of us who watch, comment, and share, let's not forget our part in this. It's easy to get caught up in the drama, to pick sides, and to fuel the fire with our opinions. But at the end of the day, we're dealing with real people who have to live with the consequences long after the views and clicks have dried up. We need to ask ourselves if what we're doing is truly helping, or if we're just making a bad situation worse. I'm saying all this because I care. I care about these cases, these people, and yes, I care about all of you who tune in to watch. I want us to be better, to do better. Let's remember why we started this journey: to seek truth, to bring justice, but not to play God in someone else's life. We need to keep our boundaries in check, and remember that sometimes the best way to help is to know when to step back and let the right people do their job. So, I'm leaving you with this: think about the impact of our actions, both as creators and as a community. Let's strive to be a force for good without overstepping, without causing more pain. We've got a platform, a voice, let's use it wisely. And as always, I'm grateful for your support, for sticking with me through the tough conversations, and for being part of this journey with me. Until next time, stay safe, stay thoughtful, and keep it real. And hey, before you go, don't forget to hit that like button. It's just sitting there, waiting for a little love. Share this video with your friends, your mama, your neighbors, heck, share it with that one nosy person who always wants to know the latest gossip. You know they'll eat this up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my tea spilling sessions. Trust me, you don't want to be the last one to know what's going down over here at Crystal's Crime Conversations. So, go ahead, show some love, and let's keep this train rolling. That's sure no lie.
Okay, so that was my content for tonight. However, the song I started with about Tiffany Marie, I made a remix. Yay! And I want to share my crazy mental hospital chat from the other night. I think it's hysterical. It really looked like a lot of us needed help, including myself. I think it's funny to go back to and watch. So I guess we could chit chat and watch the comment section, since this is what I had made. I don't really have any other content made for tonight. I've been working really hard on a couple videos that aren't done. And I put some time into that one I just shared with you guys because, I haven't been giving my videos time lately. And I enjoy editing. I just needed a day yesterday to sit down and edit. But let's watch the live chat and listen to my remix about Tiffany. Slithers. I gave it a 311 tropical vibe. That's really what I was aiming for. So since we're listening to it and the music's kind of beat bopping, I'm going to roll one and smoke with you guys in a minute while you guys chat about the chat, I guess. You could see the bullying and how this happens. Like, this is the shit that needs to quit too. However, I think it's funny, and if y'all need to get some trolling out, come on over. I'll record it and turn it into content. And y'all can see how foolish some of y'all get, including me. I get petty, right? The drama's fun sometimes too. So I'm going to not be in the chat for a second. I'm going to roll one up, and I'll be back to smoke with y'all while you read.
I need coffee.
Like the random ass trolling shit they try to put in the chat. Sometimes it's funny. You guys, you gotta have a sense of humor. Ignore the trolls because they're ridiculous, and honestly, it's hysterical to laugh at sometimes.
slithers, always losing sleep. She thinks she's the queen, but what she doesn't see is she's just a toxic mess crawling on her knees. Slithers, slithers, slithering through the night. She thinks she's a diva, but she's never right. Her baby piranha slap and bite, but everyone knows she's full of spite. Oh, she slithers in with that fake ass grin, but her charm wears thin and the bullshit begins with a hiss and a snap. She's ready to scrap, but she's just a snake, always caught in a trap. Slither, slither, everybody dance. Slithers thinks she's got a chance, but she's just a joke, can't you see? Her kingdom's nothing but a fantasy. Slithers go. She's slithering, she's sliding, but she's all alone in a jungle that laughs where her cover's been blown. Slithers go. She moves from kingdom to kingdom, leaving venom in her wake, talking shit, starting fires for her own damn sake. When someone calls her out, she flips the script. With her baby piranhas, she's fully equipped. Her dirty, bearded king locked in his cell. Still she sings his praises, casting her spell. But the maidens of the land, they've had enough. They see through her act, and they're calling her bluff. Oh, she slithers in with that fake ass grin, but her charm wears thin and the bullshit begins with a hiss and a snap. She's ready to scrap, but she's just a snake, always caught in a trap. Slither, slither, everybody dance. Slithers thinks she's got a chance, but she's just a joke, can't you see? Her kingdom's nothing but a fantasy. Slithers go. She's slithering, she's sliding, but she's all alone in a jungle that laughs where her cover's been blown. Slithers go. In her dark ass dungeon with her loudspeaker on, she yells at the world from dusk till dawn, sticking up for her king who's locked up tight. She's riding his dick, though he's lost the fight. She punishes the people who dare disagree with threats and curses. She's so damn petty, but the real queens, they see through the game. They know she's just a snake, hiding her shame. She slithers into combos where she don't belong, spreading her venom, singing the same old song. When someone disagrees, she lashes out, but her power's fading and there's no doubt. Slither, slither, everybody dance, Slithers thought she had a chance. But she's just a joke, can't you see? Her kingdom's nothing but a fantasy. Oh, 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 Slithers go, oh, 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 Slithers no. She's slithering, she's sliding, but she's all alone in a jungle that laughs where her cover's been blown.
Angel Soft toilet paper is strong and
Jeez, I never make it back before the commercials. She has a good channel. She has all kinds of stuff on there. Lady Yor covers different things. She's I like it. Sometimes you need a break from summer. Okay, I gotta find her channel. Give me 1 minute here. I always have to go into notifications to look for her. I don't know why. Your channel is hard to find. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. One minute, guys. While I'm looking for this, I can't see the chat, but here she is. Hold on. Meow. Why are you crying? I just fed you. She doesn't go live often. Here, I'm pinning her. She doesn't go live often, but when she does, it's popping. I'll tell you that. She's usually mad. I like to go there to de-stress and just listen sometimes. I don't always chat, but she covers other things, and yeah, sub up to her. I think she should make more content than she does. Yeah, she gets on when she's angry. You should make some videos though, lady, or you're good at it. Heather too. Yins both are. Ooh, okay. Well, I've been on about 2 hours. That was my plan for tonight. Thank you, Little Deb, for subbing up the lady or. I'm gonna get off of here and get back to making some videos. It's been kind of chill the last 2 days, thank goodness. The trolling in the chats, I'm sorry, guys. It gets funny sometimes. Maybe I shouldn't laugh. I have a dark sense of humor sometimes. But just know, if y'all be coming in my chats and cutting up, I'm gonna record it and make it content. Because it's funny and it's content. And sometimes I like to show music videos. So if y'all are trolling, those are the nights I'm going to play real music. Because then I'll just start recording my chat. And we'll make it content. Yay, guys. Thank you for subbing up the Lady Or. See, Lady Or, you need to make more content. And I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to write Lady Or a messenger tomorrow. Doesn't mean we're working together. It just means she got something to tell me. And I got some questions concerning Squall that doesn't need to be public right now. Okay? Just because I don't want to cause problems and I want to hear it. You're welcome, honey. I'm trying to let this get all the way to 2 hours. I feel like everybody comes on and does these 6, 7, 8 hour live streams, and I've done them too. Don't get me wrong, and they're easy to do on nights you're angry or busy or just have a lot to talk about. But for the most part, I usually like to keep it at 2 hours. It don't always work out that way. Yeah, too many liars. Right. We'll talk. I'm glad I went back and watched that chat because I was able to see, because I really wasn't paying attention. Guys, I do go back and watch my chats, just so you know that. Because I don't always pay attention. I can't like walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. That's the kind of human I am. And I like to when I'm talking, I like to give you all my attention. Or if I have someone up on panel, you might as well forget it. I'm just not reading chat. All right, guys, I'm going to get off now. Peace and love to you all. I'll try to be on tomorrow if I can get some content made. I'm going to work on videos tonight. Give them some time. They deserve my love. Talk to you all later. Bye.